Hello and welcome to my next chess video. This time I show you the game between Ruck Helmut versus Marko Torbica, my good friend. And Marko was black and Ruck Helmut was white. And he started with the orangutan opening with the move b4 or Polish opening. Marko played the move e6 and we have bishop b2, and yeah, these moves are all pretty standard for this opening. And black should be a little bit better. We have bishop d6, bishop e2, castles d3, knight bd7, knight bd2, queen c7, castles, bishop b7, c4, rook a to d8, c takes d5, e takes d5, h3, rook fe8, rook fe1, h6, queen c2 and rook e6 and rook ac1, probably rook ac1, and now the move rook to e8, probably the move rook d to e8, otherwise it makes no sense. And now the move knight d4 using the fact that the pawn is pinned, but Marko took it anyway, which was a mistake. Here the position is around equal with rook a7, rook e7. Then we could have the move queen a4 followed by g6, stopping any knight to f5 ideas, knight c6, bishop takes, pawn takes, and b5 attacking the queen, queen h4, queen takes c6, and queen takes h6, and this position should be around equal. But Marko took the knight and we have this queen exchange, queen takes c7, and now bishop takes c7 and rook takes c7, attacking two pieces. Well, actually only one piece, because the knight is defended. But now we have this in-between move, d takes e3, and now f takes e3, which was a mistake again. Now the position again is around equal. Better was the move knight b3, followed by e takes f2, king takes f2, and rook b8, defending the bishop, and now knight to d4, and white should have the upper hand here. White's pieces are more active, white has the bishop pair, and yeah, should be a little bit better for, or should be much better actually for white. The knight is currently attacking the rook and also trying to jump into c6, so the move rook e5 probably, then g4, we could have rook goes back because black has nothing to do, knight f5, knight c5, and bishop takes knight, followed by something like this, and here you see that white should be better. White is in fact, is white a pawn up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5, no, but it reminds me of my game here, just the more passive position, and this should be better for white. This pawn is just strong, and yeah, black has basically no counterplay. But we have f takes e3, now it should be again around equal. Rook takes e3 and now king f1, which is a mistake. Better was the move king f2 followed by knight c5 and knight f3, rook here, rook takes, and you get rid of this pesky rook on the 7th, and this position should be around equal, probably slightly better for black. But we have king f1 and now the move knight h5 when it's again around equal. Better was the move knight c5 followed up with knight f3 and knight h5 only then, with a slight edge for black. But we have knight h5, and now rook took the bishop and now he is lost. Better was the move rook takes knight, followed up with bishop c8 and rook takes pawn here, rook here, and this fork, and yeah, we could have some perpetual here, or white goes for something more because white still has some advantage here. King e2, and yeah, followed up with bishop takes pawn here. These two connected passes are very hard to eliminate here, and that's why white is a little bit better here. But okay, we have the move rook takes b7 instead of rook takes d7, and now knight c5 is just crushing. Rook takes a7, knight g3, king f2, knight takes e2, rook takes e2 was even stronger, bishop d4, better was the move. Yeah, okay, I can show you. Rook takes e2, because this is more forcing, and only then knight takes. And here we could again have a perpetual, or knight f4, which is of course stronger, -3 already. And now bishop d4 only then. And yeah, white is slightly but surely falling apart here. Although the material, black has just 2 pawns right now, but look at the activity of black's pieces here. This is just extreme. But we have the move knight takes e3, and now we could have had the move knight to d4, when after d takes e4 it's again equal because of king takes rook. But after this we could have knight takes e3 check, king takes rook, knight takes rook, taking there, because the knight is pinned, and now taking there, because if you take the knight, then there is this rook here check, and rook takes bishop, so that's why you have to eliminate the bishop first. Bishop takes, king takes, and only now take the knight. And although black is up a pawn, but it's a rook endgame, so this should be drawish, with some chances to win this for black. But we had the move bishop takes d4, and now everything is going Marko's way. It's -17, and this is just crushing. Here the last moves of the game. Black is just up a piece, and this is enough to win the game. Now Marko is even winning a pawn here, and in a couple of moves Ruck Helmut resigned. In fact, here he resigned the game. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.